publisher with 10 books out. She recently received a Literary Artist of the Year award for her nationally recognized book, One Flag, One America, sold across the country and available on Amazon. You can follow and get behind the scenes with Hirstified on Facebook, Instagram, Periscope, Twitter, and YouTube. Keep your radios on and let's get Hirstified right now.
All right, you've got Michelle Hirstius on Get Hirstified this Go Tigers Monday. Yay, I'm so excited. LSU is going to be at the Champs. Adam, it looks like it went on my phone. So I think, okay, so we're live on Hirstified. You're listening to Get Hirstified Mondays 3 to 4. So we're live on Hirstified Facebook. I am about to share it, and we're going to be live on New Right Network as well. And you can listen to us on live stream WGSO.com, and you can also listen to us on the TuneIn app. So I heard breaking news. We're going to get to our guest in just 1 second. I heard breaking news. Spartacus is now out of the Democratic candidate. Oh, boo. So sad. I'm crying. I don't care. Now it's trying to reconnect. I'm having internet issues over here. But anyway, all right. So we've got an awesome show. I am very excited to have Dasha Preutt. She is running for 5th District Congress in Pennsylvania, and she's got an awesome story to tell and why she's going to be running for Congress. And then the Where You At New Orleans segment, which is brought to you by the Save Louisiana Coalition. We need to stop this dredging because it will destroy our seafood industry. So please check that out on Facebook and online. Make calls into Edwards's office, whatever. We need to stop the dredging. But I want to know, do you think LSU is going to win? Or do you think Clemson's going to win? Who do you think is going to win the championship? Where are you watching the game? All right, so give us a call, 504-556-9696. Also, we're going to have open lines in a little bit after we talk to Miss Dasha. And is she on the line?
I am. How are you?
Hi, good. Am I saying your name right?
It's Dasha.
Dasha, excuse me.
Close enough. I know you're in New Orleans there.
I know.
So it's a little bit of a different swag.
Tomato. You know, it's like.
Exactly.
We say pecans. Most people say pecans, you know.
Yeah, true. Very, very true. One place I would never been but would love to visit. I hear it's absolutely amazing.
Yes, you definitely have to come down here. I'll give you a tour if you ever make your way down to New Orleans.
I would love that. I would absolutely love that.
Well, look, I have been following you for a little bit. I can't say that I've been following you for years because I'd be lying. But recently I have been, kind of following things going on. And, I love your story. And I think, I know you're running up there in Pennsylvania and you're talking to me here in New Orleans, but I do have a reach, through Facebook and social media, that we have friends and everything in that area. And we want to get you elected because let's start from the beginning. Tell me about, now you are originally from Moscow.
From Moscow, yep. I immigrated here with my parents when I was 10. In 1980, I know I just gave out my age, but who cares?
That's okay.
It's not how old you are, it's how old you feel, right?
Exactly.
Something like that. So we came here from socialist, communist Russia, and we came here as political dissidents. So my dad is Jewish, so that's one of the ways we were able to escape because we came under religious persecution. My dad was sent to Siberia twice. He's an artist, and he was very involved in this underground artistic movement where it was different writers, poets, musicians, artists who were protesting the communist government. And they would get together. Some of the artists would display their artwork in, like, Gorky Park. KGB would get involved. Some would go to mental institutions. Some would, went to prison. My dad got sent to Siberia. So his dad, ironically, his dad was a very high-ranking Navy captain in the Crimean Navy and Russian Navy at the time. So my grandfather would cut through the red tape and get my dad back, and then my dad would be after his shenanigans again, and he would get sent again. So, but it's kind of a crazy thing. My mom and I were talking about this recently, actually over Christmas, and she kind of looked at me and she says, I never realized how dangerous what we were doing, how dangerous this was. We could have been killed. And I said, you're absolutely right. I mean, some people had that fate. Yeah. I mean, that's what freedom of speech looks like under communism.
So just I guess artwork and just saying something that would be against the government, like you literally could go to prison.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or they can kill you.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I mean, they monitored every word, they monitored every move. People watched you. You were always under somebody's radar. It was such a crazy system that you didn't even trust your next door neighbor because you didn't know whether they were going to report you for doing something.
Wow.
So you constantly lived under this stress. You never knew what was going to happen, and it's kind of like where we're starting to head now in the United States. I mean, it's this whole pegging, family members against family members, or neighbor against neighbor, like the red flag laws. That's a very dangerous, slippery slope, because I trust me, I believe that something has to be done about, better protection, but I think it starts more with mental illness.
Correct.
Because how many deaths have we had in the last 3 weeks by machetes or knives?
Yeah, I know.
Think about it. And I don't hear them running around banning those yet.
Right. Yeah. You're right. I know.
Yeah. Pretty soon it's going to be like flying on in the airplane where you're going to have plastic forks and plastic knives.
Oh, but wait, we can't have airplanes because of the the fuel and everything.
Right, and we don't have plastic either.
Gosh. What are we going to be doing? Just eating with our fingers and I don't know.
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, we're getting, this is what got me to run. And it's been kind of, my husband and I had this conversation last night, how it was, we honestly do believe that this was God's calling and this is God's way. God's driving the bus, and every time I want to get off, he refuses to open the doors. So, wow. It started out by Rich starting this group that we have, the social media group on Facebook, and we are up to 6,400 members.
Now, what's the group? So people, if they want to join.
The only way they can join because it's a secret group is if they know somebody in the group who can invite them in. The reason we do it is because there's a lot of small business owners. There's a lot of people who work for the government.
Oh, okay.
There are people who, so we don't want to expose them and their ability to want to vent and to be able to speak their mind. They feel safe. It's funny, when we do our get-togethers, we usually have about 500 people come out, and they say it feels like it's a AA meeting, it's a talk meeting. It's people feel safe, which is insane to me.
I was just about to say, how crazy is that we have to be like that in America?
Yeah, I mean, it's the president of our country. It's the leader of our country. And the disrespect and the treatment that he gets is mind-blowing. If this was anywhere else, particularly if it was like a communist or socialist country, you would be, hanging like off a very short rope, or you would be locked up. They would not have that. There's just no way. I mean, but here it's allowed because it's, freedom of speech. But yet, if you voice that you support the president, that you get abused and, chastised because I guess freedom of speech doesn't work in that direction.
Right.
So it's just the hypocrisy. It's very, very sad to see what is going on. And this whole I just think people are losing their minds.
Mm-hmm. No, you're right about that. But okay, so I want to ask you: were you always like had these conservative values? I mean, like what happened when you came here to America when you were 10? I mean, obviously, you know, when you came here, they didn't say, "Oh, here's a mansion, here's this, here's," you know, that they probably do now.
We came here and we had Jewish Federation help us out. Now, they kind of like originally, they found us an apartment and through donations they were able to, furnish it and stuff like that. But we had to pay everything back through the years. Like it wasn't free money. They just helped us get established.
Like a loan. I mean, there's nothing wrong with getting a loan.
Exactly. And it's, it was hard to navigate. I mean, when we came, there were not a lot of Russian Jews.
Mm-hmm.
And my parents actually did not want to live in a Russian community, so they wanted to get integrated.
Mm-hmm.
So we lived in a different neighborhood. We actually lived in a very German neighborhood. So, yeah, and it was, they wanted me to learn how to speak English, just to kind of get into the society. I mean, that's the reason you come here. If you come here not to sit in your own little bubble, then why bother leaving?
Right.
You left for the better opportunity and for the better opportunity for your children.
Okay, Dasha, I need to hold you on that because we're about to go into break. So I hope you can have me. I can have you for the next segment. We're listening to WGSO 990 AM, Get Hirstified. Michelle Hirst is here. You're listening to Get Hirstified Mondays 3 to 4. We are on WGSO 990 AM. You can listen to us on WGSO.com and also on the TuneIn app. You can watch us on Facebook Live, on Hirstified, and on New Right Network right now. And Dasha, I know you're not from this area, but we are flipping out right now about our LSU Tigers going for the championship game right now. And downtown, our studio's in downtown, and it is chaos over here.
I actually have friends who live in Louisiana, and I've been listening to them about what's going on. And I actually had a nephew who went to Clemson. So I'm
oh, no. Uh-oh. Well, just be glad you're not down here then.
Listen, we have Villanova, so I can absolutely understand the madness. We've kind of been through that before as well. So
yeah, I mean, I know people that have been tailgating since like 10 a.m. today.
Oh, boy.
I know.
That's going to be fun driving back.
I know. I'm kind of not looking forward to the traffic. I'm going to heading home after here because I'm going home and watching the game, Well, so I wanted to talk to you. I want to get into more of like you've seen what socialism does to a country. You've been it, you've lived it, you've seen it, you left it. You left it for a reason. So you don't want to make America what you came from. Like a lot of these other ones like Omar and things like that, they want to change America. What?
You know what? People don't understand what it looks like. And I kind of go around and I talk about my story. And I'm going to give you a simple one because I use this one a lot.
Mm-hmm.
The first time I had a banana, I was 9 years old.
Wow.
I stood in line with my grandmother. They were being sold in the back of the truck because when you went to the supermarket, there was nothing on the shelves. I mean, it was nothing.
Wow.
So we were standing in line for 3 hours for those bananas. And when you got to the truck, you didn't even know if they were going to be there or not going to be there. And, if you were lucky. And you were rationed, obviously. The first banana I ever had, I thought bananas were brown.
Wow.
I never realized until I came to this country that they're actually yellow. I mean, to this day, I can't look at a brown banana. I get I think it's like post-traumatic stress disorder from this banana.
Jeez.
That's socialism. We didn't have luxuries. I mean, I grew up in the 70s, and we did not have a washing machine. Everything was being washed in the bathtub with the same bar of soap that you washed your hair with. It's like people don't understand. Like going to a supermarket, there was nothing. You were if you wanted bread from the bakery, you better line up. If they usually opened at 7, you better line up around 5:30 because by the time you got, 7:15 came, it was everything was gone. So,
yeah, we have no idea. We just take it for granted, though. We really do.
Mm-hmm. But that's why socialism is so attractive to these younger people, because they grew up with everything. When there's no suffering, when there's nothing to kind of like whip you into shape,
Mm-hmm.
then you become complacent. You think that, you become spoiled, and then you create your problem.
Yeah.
People who grew up in poor neighborhoods, whose mother, had to, work like 2 or 3 jobs and they barely could survive then, they understand. They don't want, they're the ones who are conservative. They don't want to go down that road.
So is that why you are, so why are you running for Congress? I'll just ask you. What prompted you to do that?
Because the woman, first of all, our district, even though it's been redistricted, our lines have been redrawn, but we have always been Republican.
Now, what is your area, though? Just because, we're not from that area. So if you have, people listening on the radio and on Facebook, if you have relatives in this area, let them know about Dasha Preutt. So what area of Pennsylvania are you?
We are 5th District, which is Delaware County, primarily, all of Delaware County, which is pretty big. That it's western suburbs of Philadelphia, and then we have part of South Philadelphia, and then parts of that go, and we have parts of Montgomery County, which is a little north. So it's a pretty big district. It's a very diverse district because we have the poorest of the poor and we have the richest of the rich.
Wow.
So, and then we have South Philadelphia. It's like its own country. They have their own kind of rules and ways, and they have their own grievances. It's a city. So they have their own issues. So each township has its own different issues. They have their own, besides taxes. Taxes are a problem for everybody. So that's across the board, and our taxes are absolutely disgusting. And we just found out last week that we have just went all Democrats since the last 3 elections, and we just found out that Delaware County is going to be a sanctuary county and is going to be a resettlement county as well.
Wow.
So, and we already pay such crazy taxes. I want to know how much are my taxes going to go up by, and where are these people going to live? Who's going to support them?
Right.
We have people in our own communities who need like dire help. We have serious infrastructure problems. We had a refinery in South Philadelphia that was on fire last year. A year later, nothing has been done. It's been sitting vacant. So those jobs are gone. That neighborhood is suffering because the property values are going down.
Wow.
And it's an eyesore. We have shopping centers that look like a third world country, and those property values are going down because people don't want, the shopping centers, not only have they been put on hold, but they're in litigation because of some environmental, like Caterpillar and water runoff and something like that, which has not been a problem before, but now they're litigating it, so they're spending more money instead of fixing the situation. And the plans for the new shopping center were absolutely unbelievable, and that money would have gone to our school districts. It would have gone to reduce property taxes. It would have brought additional businesses. It would have brought that a lot of good. And we're not doing anything. The woman who I'm running against is Mary Gay Scanlon.
Okay.
I'm sure you've seen her during the entire impeachment time. And if I see that smirk again, it makes my hair curl.
So what are you going to do to change? Because I only have maybe a minute 30. What do you want to do to change to the for the county and try to get these Democrats out?
We need to get our people to come out and vote. We need to get Republicans excited. Delaware, our Delaware County Democrats, they're very put together. They stick. What I've noticed, they stick together come hell and high water. Whether it's impeachment, whether it's Russian collusion, whether it's whatever. You know, they stick together. Unfortunately, Republicans are not doing the same thing.
Wow.
We seem to be a little more divided. And if we want to win this, and if we want to start getting things done, we need to start coming together and fighting for our community, our citizens, our people, our country first.
Right.
Everything else, you know, like, just has to go on a back burner.
Well,
Like, as an immigrant, my heart bleeds for immigrants. But you know what? Come here legally. That's what we did.
Yeah, definitely. Tell people real quick, where can they, what is it, DashaForCongress.com?
DashaForCongress.com. We're still kind of tweaking our webpage, so it's kind of work in progress. Or they can go on Facebook and Dasha for Congress. I have a group and I have a page as well. Would love support. If anybody has input, any particular local people, if they have anything that they want to see changed, you know, please reach out. You know, I'm always willing to listen and work with our people.
Thank you, Dasha. All right, you listen to WGSO 990 AM. Go Tigers! Go Tigers! Woo woo! LSU! 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 You are listening to Michelle Hirstius with Get Hirstified, Mondays 3 to 4 on WGSO 990 AM. You can listen to us streaming on WGSO.com. We are also live video streaming on Hirstified Facebook page and New Right Network. Excited about that. And we've got the champs. Okay, Adam, who's winning?
LSU's probably going to win.
Yay! Look, I brought in my Trump thing too. So we're gonna ask Trump. Trump, is LSU going to win?
I have absolutely no doubt.
There you go. Trump said it.
He's spoken.
He has spoken. We know that he's done it, and he's coming in. And isn't he rooting for LSU too? Anyway, I think so.
I mean, he did, meet Clemson last year at the White House, so there could be some friendships there.
Yeah.
He gave him, a nice spread at McDonald's. Oh,
that's right. Yeah, that's right. There was the McDonald's thing. I wonder when LSU wins, because I'm sure he's going to invite him to the White House.
Crawfish.
Crawfish? They could have like a big old boiled crawfish thing.
I mean, it'd be interesting what weekend that they end up going. So, in the next month, it could be when they're doing Mardi Gras stuff. So, you never.
Wow. Man, we should bring like a huge Trump king cake and have like a little Trump baby in it. And
I'm sure someone's made one.
I'm sure. Well, they did make that big blow up baby, which was so stupid, but it was kind of funny looking. But yeah, maybe we should have so anybody that makes king cakes out there, like Randazzo's and stuff, y'all should make like little Trump babies. I bet you would sell a buttload of Trump king cakes. Just saying. I'd buy one.
From Republicans and Democrats. I mean,
they would love it.
The love or the hate.
Or the hate. Exactly. See? Bam, 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 bam. Little red, white, and blue, purple, green, and gold colors. Man, if I just had $1 million, I've got such great marketing ideas. All right. We've got open lines. So give us a call, 504-556-9696. I want to talk about our biggest subject, impeachment. Everybody's talking about it. Why not? It's all over everywhere, impeachment. I think it's a big joke. So why not talk about it? Okay. So Pelosi had this interview with George Stephanopoulos, hippopotamus. What was that one on Sesame Street? Snuffleupagus. There you go. So George Snuffleupagus. No, George Stephanopoulos. He's interviewing Pelosi about President Trump. And is it me or does Pelosi seem like she's, and I hate to really talk bad about people, but does Pelosi just seem like she's drunk all the time? Because she's always stuttering, slurring, and everything else. But, okay, so George Stephanopoulos is asking Pelosi like some questions, and basically the setup is they're asking, like, oh, Tuesday morning they're having a meeting with the other Democrats and everything, and they're going to see about, handing in the articles to the Senate and everything. So he says that McConnell, never sent over the documents for the witnesses for the Democrats wanted. So Adam, if you could play that video, start that. Here we go. What's she saying?
Will be accountable to the American people for that. Over 70% of the American people think that the president should have those witnesses testify. So again, it's about a fair trial. They take an oath to have a fair trial, and we think that would be with witnesses and documentation. So that dynamic has, now the ball is in their court to either do that or pay a price for not doing it.
Senator McConnell has.
Yeah. Oh, a fair trial? Yeah, because the House really gave us a fair trial. Okay. And then witnesses. How many more witnesses do you need? You got the transcript right in front of you. Can you not read? Like, basically all these witnesses have said is that they presume, they assume, they do this. And I heard somebody down the hall tinkering, and I put a glass up to the door and I was trying to listen in, and they don't even know what they were hearing. Oh, yeah. I saw Joe Blow down the hall and I was reading his lips. And this is what I think I read from what his lips said. I didn't hear it. I was just reading his lips. And I think that Trump may have been trying to collude or quid pro quo or bribery or, I don't know, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious or something they're trying to say. So then George asks the difference, Nancy. What is the difference between this impeachment trial and the Clinton impeachment trial? So can we start it at 148?
On how it is different.
What's the biggest
from
one?
The biggest one is that the witnesses were all deposed. Those witnesses that eventually came were all deposed. The president has not allowed the witnesses to be deposed for the House or for the Senate yet. So
no. Okay. So basically she's saying that Trump won't let the witnesses testify under oath. Because that's what dispose means. So what more do they need to get? And to me, Nancy, one of the major differences is Clinton literally lied under oath. Okay? He was under oath and he lied. So you're going to bring witnesses on to testify under oath. Well, who's to say they're going to tell the truth? They're probably not. Okay, there's one more segment, Adam, I want to play. Same video, but we're going to start it at 354 and end it at 458. So 354. There we go.
Possibility of ever subpoena and going forward with Bolton. But he has said in this 2-week period, that was another piece of progress that we made, that he would respond to a subpoena from the United States Senate. But the fact is that the President of the United States, again, quite different from President Clinton. President Clinton allowed the witnesses to come forward. President Trump has prevented that from happening.
Why not wait for the courts to rule?
Well, because it'll be, how long do the courts take? We have confidence in our case that it is impeachable, and this president is impeached for life, regardless of any gamesmanship on the part of Mitch McConnell. However, that could still come to bear. But we're confident in the impeachment, and we think that it is enough testimony to remove him from office. However, we want the American people to see the truth. And why are they afraid of the truth?
So if
see the truth? Geez, Nancy, why don't you see the truth that 63 million people voted for Trump? So not only are you trying to impeach Trump, but you are literally trying to impeach the 63 million people that voted for him. And may I confirm that these are actually 63 million votes of real, live, people, not dead ones like the Democrats. Hillary might have gotten a few more than Trump, but how many of those votes are actually legit? Nancy, you really need to get a clue. I find this amazing. All right, we got a couple of calls. How much longer do we got? I got time for calls? Okay, we got 2 minutes. Who was first? Jay? Okay, let's take Jay from Covington. Hey, Jay, what's going on? Go Tigers.
Yeah, good morning. Good afternoon, Michelle. I want to see if you can do this. Get Nancy Pelosi and Lieutenant Liberal Dan to do gymnastics, because they do as good at gymnastics when it comes to the truth and when it comes to reality than is anybody I've ever seen.
I would like to see that, Jay. I think that might be a good pay-per-view event.
I guarantee you, I'd pay 2 cents for it. You know me. I don't pay a whole lot for anything. But listen, just one real quick thing about Meghan Markle and the royal family.
Oh, yeah. What's going on with that? Yeah, because they didn't have to take their wax figures down or something?
Well, they could have done that. But did somebody tap Meghan on the shoulder and says, this is what you're getting into? And did she not know what she was getting into?
Yeah, well, I'm sure.
Know what she was getting into and says, I'm going to shoot the bird at everybody. I'm going to shoot the bird at the royal. I'm going to shoot some birds while Harry goes and duck hunt.
I bet he's duck hunting.
Yeah,
he's ducking. He's ducking from a lot, is what he's doing.
Yeah, he's duck hunting and Megan's bird hunting, shooting birds at the royal family.
Jay, well, I got to go to. I'm sorry, I got to go to commercial break. Thanks so much for the call. You're listening to Michelle Hirst's Get Hirstified on WGSO 990 AM. Give us a call 504-556-9696. Go Tigers, LSU, LSU. Woo, 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 woo. All right. Michelle Hirst is with Get Hirstified, WGSO 990 AM. You can also listen to us on WGSO.com, the TuneIn app. You can give us a call, 504-556-9696. You can also watch us live on Hirstified Facebook page. That's HIRSTIFIED. And on New Right Network Facebook page, too. What we do is Adam creates it as a podcast for me, and I download it later on, like, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and a couple other, places, too. You can kind of re-listen to it. But so we were talking about Crazy Nancy and all this impeachment stuff. We've got Steve from Madisonville. Steve, what's going on? You listening to Get Hirstified?
How you doing, Sister Michelle?
I'm doing good, Brother Steve. So who you think's going to win today?
I think LSU's going to win. Mainly, I just want New Orleans to be safe and sound for all the people going to see the game.
Amen to that. No kidding. And it's crazy down here, Steve. I mean, It's crazy. Me driving down here, everybody's tailgating, everybody's walking around. It's nuts.
Oh, yeah. I mean, how often does this happen? I was sitting here today, and I was remembering when I was 8 and 9 years old listening to LSU. On my dad, he let me use his little bitty transistor radio in 1958, 1959.
My aunt and my mom still listen to radio like that.
He still listened to the LSU games on the thing when they had Billy Cannon and the Chinese Bandits and the Go team and the white team. I was remembering all that as a little kid. So it's good. Everybody has the excitement. I just hope New Orleans is safe and none of the tourists get hurt.
Right. Well, so what's going on? What you calling for, Steve? You got anything to talk about with the impeachment, Pelosi? What's going on?
Yeah, I just want to say the biggest difference between Clinton and Trump is Clinton was guilty. So
right.
There's
exactly.
No
like, duh.
There's no other difference.
Clinton literally lied under oath to the American people, yet Pelosi is saying that she needs to get witnesses to talk about some assumption and rumor, and she wants the American people to hear that. What do we have to hear?
She's going to change as much as she can change. That's what they do. They change, they push, they shove, they try to make it look like everything they do is what we get accused of.
Right.
And that's what they do. And,
Exactly.
But tonight, everybody root for the Tigers.
Yep.
Everybody be safe. Don't start anything stupid. And when LSU wins, buy somebody from Clemson a drink. Show them a little Southern hospitality.
I love it. That's good.
All right.
Thank you, Steve. I appreciate it. Always a good call from Steve. Okay, so we've got a new person kind of chiming in here. We've got Robert from Delray Beach, Florida. Oh, God, I almost said California. Oh, geez. You're not from California. Robert, you there?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Hey.
Hi, Michelle. It's Robert Pereira. We spoke the other day. I'm the author.
Yeah, got your message the other day. Glad that you're following the show and giving us a call. So what's your take on all this?
Yes, ma'am. I think a lot of people are missing the point with Nancy Pelosi.
Uh-huh.
And I say that because I think she's a crafty shyster.
Okay.
And it's more important for her to control the narrative and get everybody else to start asking questions than paying attention to what are facts, which is the Senate has total control how they operate.
Mm-hmm.
They have nothing to do with the Congress. But they want to create enough confusion and get people away from the laws that they're actually supposed to follow.
Ugh.
Because if they follow the laws, then her arguments are useless. So they're controlling the narrative. It's almost like when they feed something secretly to the liberal media up in the Northeast, which is where I'm from. If they silently send something over to them, and the media posts it, then they get to say, "Oh, see, we told you so. We told you so." Look at the media. That's what she likes to do, and she's very good at it.
Isn't she?
So
she is like so good at manipulating and everything else. I mean, this woman is, I think, so obsessed with power. It's ridiculous.
So that's what they're doing. They know they have no control over the Senate.
Mm-hmm.
They know the Senate can vote and in 5 minutes get rid of this. They know that, but they want to create enough narrative to where they can say, "See, I told you so." They're hiding something.
Yeah.
I honestly believe that. But anyway, Sheila's got me working in the house, so I'm bouncing back and forth, and I don't want to take up a lot of your time.
All right, Robert. Well, I do appreciate you calling in and also following me on Facebook and everything. I always welcome people, to message me. He's always got good ideas and good comments. And speaking of comments, I wanted to read a couple of them because I had I do Mega Monday on my Facebook page, and I'll, come up with a topic or a question or whatever, and I have people answer it. And so one of them was, hey, Nancy's supposed to be, sending in the articles to the Senate. Why do you think she's been kind of holding on to it? And do you believe that she is actually going to, send the articles to the Senate? And I saw a couple of comments, and they were pretty good. Brenda Barnes said she is trying to control what the Senate will do. This is kind of what Robert was talking about. And it is going to backfire on her very badly because the Senate has their own way of doing things, and that is not the Nancy Pelosi way. And again, it goes back to, her wanting control of everything. Danny Kong says, because as soon as it hits the Senate, they will vote against it and let Trump go. So this is very true. Mary said, at this point, what does it matter? The allegations are false. There is no crime. This is a liberal-infested farce. I concur. And this is kind of funny. Who is this one from? Who sent this? Kevin. It's a meme, and it's got Nancy on it, and it says she was Russian, get it? Like Russia, Russian to impeach. Now she's Stalin, like Stalin. I thought that was pretty funny. That was pretty clever. Here's another one from Rick McGosh. He says, keep Bernie in Washington, D.C. during the caucus in Iowa, and try to give senators bad representation to try and get them replaced with Democrats. Somebody else told me something about that too, because we've got a lot of elections going on. So I'm wondering if she isn't holding on to them so we can get they can actually start flipping some of the Republicans to Democrats. And then miraculously, she'll send it into the Senate and hopefully she gets the, majority. Or she's probably maybe thinking that she can get some of the rhinos in there to flip to or bribe them. Here's one from Kay Young says, to help Joe Biden, the rest of them will have to stop campaigning if there will be a trial. And that's true, too. So if they do go to trial with the Senate, as a senator, you cannot campaign for presidency. I also wanted to go over, y'all, this is kind of crazy. So somebody sent me a video. I'm not playing the video or anything, but they're saying that there's going in Virginia. You know that guy, the governor over there, the knucklehead, Northam? Am I saying it right? Northam? Okay. Knucklehead Northam. He's okay with killing babies after they're born. He wants to confiscate guns. So it's getting to the point now where the courts are actually saying that it's okay for him to do martial law, and he wants to bring in the National Guard and have them go door to door and take away guns. If you own an AR-15 or anything like that, they can come to your door and take away your guns. They're a part of the National Guard right now that are going to break their rank and not do this because they don't believe in it. I mean, to me, that's horrible. I mean, that's I guess, socialism, what we were talking about earlier. They're going to take away your Second Amendment right. This is ridiculous. They had some, who was it? The blacks representative, Daniel somebody, and he was saying that, Northam can do this. So in Virginia right now, they're going to have a massive Second Amendment protest with the militia on January 20th, 2020. We'll probably talk about that a little bit more maybe next week because I'm out of time, people. So go Tigers, go Tigers. You just listen to Get Hirstified Mondays 3 to 4 on WGSO 990 AM.